Between 2001 and 2008, Nakheel Properties announced the most aggressive coastline transformation in modern history. The government-owned developer planned to add over 500 kilometers of new shoreline to Dubai through artificial island projects. Each project targeted different market segments and served specific economic purposes within Dubai's broader strategy to reduce dependence on oil revenues. The Palm Jumeirah launched first as a proof of concept. Nakheel designed it with 17 fronds extending from central trunk, surrounded by an 11-kilometer crescent breakwater. The project would house 65,000 residents across 4,000 villas and apartments, plus 28 luxury hotels, generating 2,500 rooms. Construction began in 2001 with completion scheduled for 2006, requiring 120 million cubic meters of sand and 7 million tons of rock. Palm Jebel Ali followed as the larger sibling, designed to be 50% bigger than Palm Jumeirah. The project included a central trunk extending 4 kilometers into the Persian Gulf, with 17 fronds, each measuring 2 kilometers in length. Nakheel planned 1,380 villas along the fronds, with commercial developments concentrated on the trunk and crescent. The breakwater design incorporated marinas, hotels, and entertainment complexes targeting wealthy international buyers seeking vacation homes. The world represented Nakheel's most ambitious concept. This archipelago of 300 artificial islands recreated a map of the world, with each island representing a different country or region. Islands ranged from 23,000 to 83,000 square meters, priced between $6.85 million and $36.7 million. Nakheel marketed individual islands to celebrities, royalty, and ultra-wealthy investors who could develop them according to their preferences. The project required 321 million cubic meters of sand and targeted completion by 2008. Each project served distinct economic objectives. Palm Jumeirah focused on middle to upper class residents and established Dubai as a luxury destination. Palm Jebel Ali targeted the ultra-luxury market and aimed to attract high-net-worth individuals from Europe and North America. The world positioned Dubai as a playground for the global elite, while generating massive publicity through celebrity ownership. Nakheel projected these projects would create 250,000 new jobs and generate $3.2 billion in annual tourism revenue. The developer calculated that artificial islands would increase Dubai's coastline from 72 kilometers to over 520 kilometers, creating space for 1.5 million new residents. Property sales were expected to fund construction costs while generating substantial profits for reinvestment in additional projects. The marketing strategy emphasized Dubai's transformation from a desert trading port into a global metropolis. Nakheel positioned the islands as symbols of human achievement and engineering excellence. Sales materials highlighted the limited supply of waterfront property and the exclusive nature of island living. The company organized helicopter tours for potential buyers and created elaborate sales pavilions with detailed scale models. Beyond the 3 main projects, Nakheel announced additional concepts that remained largely conceptual. These included expansions to the world and other waterfront developments that would transform Dubai's entire coastline. Combined investment requirements exceeded $100 billion for the full vision. The timeline appeared achievable during the mid-2000s property boom. Dubai's real estate market grew 25% annually between 2002 and 2007, with luxury properties experiencing even higher appreciation rates. International investors competed for limited inventory, often purchasing properties sight unseen based on marketing materials and project renderings. Pre-sales for Palm Jumeirah sold out within days of launch, validating Nakheel's strategy. Construction progressed rapidly on multiple projects simultaneously. Palm Jumeirah's land reclamation completed in 2006, with the first residents moving in by 2007. The world's islands began taking shape as massive dredging operations worked around the clock. Palm Jebel Ali's foundation work commenced in 2006, with completion scheduled for 2010. Nakheel employed 40,000. workers across all projects, operating the largest dredging fleet in the world. The projects faced immediate technical challenges that foreshadowed future problems. Marine currents around the world required constant maintenance to prevent sand migration between islands. Palm Jebel Ali's location in deeper waters increased construction costs beyond original estimates. Environmental concerns emerged as marine ecosystems showed signs of stress from extensive dredging operations. Financial projections assumed continued exponential growth in property values and tourism demand. Nakheel calculated that completed projects would generate sufficient revenue to fund expansion into international markets. The company announced plans to develop artificial islands in other countries, positioning Dubai as the global leader in land reclamation technology. Early sales data suggested the ambitious timeline might be achievable. Palm Jumeirah properties sold for premium prices, with beachfront villas commanding $2,000 per square foot. The world's islands attracted buyers including Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and several European monarchs. International media coverage generated enormous publicity, driving additional demand from investors seeking to participate in Dubai's transformation. However, subtle warning signs appeared by 2007. Construction delays affected Palm Jumeirah's infrastructure, leaving some residents without basic utilities. The world's islands required more extensive environmental mitigation than originally planned. Palm Jebel Ali's remote location raised questions about accessibility and long-term viability. Some industry experts questioned whether demand could sustain such rapid supply expansion. Nakheel's confidence remained unshaken despite these challenges. The company announced additional projects and expanded its workforce to meet aggressive completion deadlines. Marketing materials continued emphasizing the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own artificial island property. Sales teams focused on international buyers, particularly targeting European and American investors seeking vacation homes and investment properties. The financial crisis of 2008 would ultimately determine which projects survived and which failed. Palm Jumeirah's advanced construction and established resident base provided advantages during the downturn. The world's dependence on ultra-wealthy buyers and incomplete infrastructure created vulnerabilities. Palm Jebel Ali's early-stage development and remote location left it exposed to funding shortfalls. Government support varied significantly between projects. Palm Jumeirah received priority for infrastructure development and utility connections. The world struggled with regulatory approval for individual island developments. Palm Jebel Ali faced competing priorities as Dubai's government focused resources on more advanced projects. By 2008, the three projects had consumed $12 billion in development costs, with billions more required for completion. Nakheel's debt obligations exceeded $60 billion, secured primarily against future property sales. The company's financial model assumed continued property appreciation and steady sales velocity. These assumptions would prove catastrophically wrong as global financial markets collapsed and Dubai's property bubble burst. The outcomes in 2025 reflect the fundamental differences in project design, timing, and market positioning. These divergent results demonstrate how similar projects can achieve completely different outcomes based on execution, timing, and market dynamics. One project would defy all expectations and become more successful than anyone imagined. Palm Jumeirah's remarkable transformation. Palm Jumeirah achieved what seemed impossible during Dubai's darkest economic period. Current occupancy rates show around 90% of residential properties are occupied, with waiting lists for available units extending 6 months or longer. The island houses 78,000 permanent residents as of 2025, more than 4 times the original population projections from 2006. Property values reached $3,200 per square foot for beachfront villas, representing a 160% increase from original selling prices despite the 2008 financial crisis. The infrastructure completion that eluded other projects became Palm Jumeirah's foundation for success. The island operates on a fully integrated utility system with redundant power generation, desalination plants producing 15 million gallons of fresh water daily, and waste treatment facilities processing 8 million gallons of sewage. The monorail system connects all major destinations on the island, transporting 27,000 passengers daily between the mainland and the Atlantis resort. 4-lane roads traverse the entire trunk and each frond, with underground fiber optic networks providing high-speed internet to every building. Hotel occupancy rates demonstrate the island's tourism appeal. The Atlantis resort maintains 89% occupancy year-round, generating $847 million in annual revenue. Additional hotels operate across the crescent and fronds, with combined occupancy rates averaging 83%. These facilities employ thousands of workers and accommodate millions of overnight guests annually. Room rates average $420 per night during peak season, with presidential suites commanding up to $18,000 per night. The palm tree design created practical advantages that contributed to long-term viability. The crescent breakwater protects the entire development from storm surge and erosion, requiring minimal maintenance compared to exposed coastlines. Each frond functions as a self-contained neighborhood with private beaches, reducing crowding and maintaining exclusivity. The trunk serves as the main commercial corridor, concentrating retail and dining options for efficient transportation and utilities distribution. Marina facilities accommodate 1,847 private yachts, with berths ranging from 30 feet to 400 feet in length. The marina generates $89 million annually in berthing fees, fuel sales, and maintenance services. Yacht owners spend an additional $156 million annually on island restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. The marina's strategic location attracts vessels from throughout the Persian Gulf, creating a hub for luxury marine tourism. Shopping and entertainment venues contribute significantly to the island's economic success. The Point waterfront development houses 150 retail outlets, 45 restaurants, and entertainment facilities, generating $234 million in annual revenue. The Golden Mile shopping district along the trunk features luxury boutiques and specialty stores, attracting both residents and tourists. These commercial areas employ 12,400 workers and serve as gathering places that create community atmosphere. Residential demographics reveal the island's appeal to international buyers. European nationals comprise 31% of residents, followed by Americans at 22% and Middle Eastern nationals at 19%. The remaining 28% includes residents from 47 different countries, creating a diverse international community. Average household income exceeds $340,000 annually, with 67% of residents working in finance, real estate, or technology.